This video is going to demonstrate how I fly a standard instrument departure using Xplane 11. Not Microsoft Simulator, but Xplane 11. Xplane 11 is a 64-bit application program developed by Laminar Research, and I want to demonstrate using the Cessna 172 and the Garmin 530 how you would enter the information into the Garmin and then fly it manually and then switch to autopilot and let the autopilot fly for you. It's loading navigation aids. All of the nav aids for all of the airports in the world are included in this huge database. All the SIDs, all the stars, all the, you name it, it's all out there. It's quite amazing, really. All right, this is the Cessna 172, and I've got to position it at the correct airport, which is, I want to have it at KTKI. Yes, start a new flight there. Takes a minute for this to load up. All right, we're at the airport. KTKI. I'm going to set the brake on this. Brake is on. All right, here's the Garmin 530. We're going to be using the GPS for navigating, so I'm going to set this CDI to the GPS. I'm going to do down here on the 430 as well. All right, so we need to enter some information into this GPS. Now, in a previous test, I had already done this and created a flight plan. I'm going to clear that flight plan and show you how we put it in there. Delete this flight plan. All right, here's our origination. I want to select a departure. I'll go to procedures. Scroll down to departure. Select that. Here's all the departures for this airport. Scroll down to the Hubbard departure. Enter that. I want to transition out of this thing at equipment. I'm going to go down here to equipment. Load that. It loads the waypoints for that SID. And I want to also now go down and enter my destination airport, which is going to be wait a second. Yeah, I've got to get down there and enter K, Texarkana, we're going there. T, move over, X, KTXK, it brought it right up, so I'm going to select that and accept it and put in our final waypoint. So we're going from TKI through these points, standard instrument departure for Hubbard, to our final airport. We'll take a look at the map. You can see on this nice map the courses we're going to have to fly. And we get a real small. There's our destination. There's Quitman, there's Soldo, and there's TTT, and here's KTI. We go to the flight plan. There's our distances. So let's take off. And once we get airborne, we'll go to 2,000 feet. I'll set the altitude. We'll set autopilot and nav and let the plane fly itself. I'll come in and drop the flaps to right there. The run-up's been complete. We've gotten clearance from ATC, so we're ready to go. Release the brake. And we'll bring up our map here so we can see how nice this is. And when we get airborne, I'm going to turn a little bit to the right. Okay, we can rotate, climb. Kind of interesting to see what's going on down there. Okay, I'm going to start my turn. Follow that magenta to right about there, 220 degrees. I'll drop this out and continue to climb. I'll hold it at 220 degrees. Flaps up. It's like flying under the hood when you get real close like this. You can't see out. Okay, I'm almost at 2,000 feet. I'll level off. Up a little bit. Okay, down, and then I'll set the altitude for 2,000 feet. Engage the autopilot and the nav. And this will turn us to get us on course. There we are. On course. On autopilot. Hunting for the right altitude. All right, we're there. And we can see these numbers decrementing. And we're flying the flight plan on autopilot, the standard instrument departure at KTKI on the Hubbard departure. Now I've done this with Beech 1800 and it goes a lot faster, and I covered the ground, and then my turns were just beautiful everywhere where they were anticipated, and that's about it. Let's just have some fun and look around a little bit. external. Oh yeah, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Just cruising along. Flyby. Flaps are up. Down. Oh my goodness. That's embarrassing. It wouldn't happen in real life. Chase plane. And you can move around with your mouse. That cool. All right, back to the cockpit. Push that button and I'm there, and with my mouse I can simply go all over the place. I'm moving my mouse, holding the button down. Pretty impressive. Look at the grill on there. Okay, so if I disconnect the autopilot, watch what happens. And away she goes. Now straighten it out and re-engage, and it's going to center on this course right there. Cool. Now when we get up to this Dallas-Fort Worth up here, it makes a very sharp turn, almost like a hook, and this thing does a beautiful job of coming around that corner, and it makes this tight turn, and then it gets reestablished on this course. I think this is so cool. So Andy, this is exactly what I think you wanted. I tried doing this in Microsoft Flight Simulator, didn't work. Couldn't do it. I had to enter waypoints manually, and it was a mess. But this really is cool. You need a laptop, you need Steam Edition, Flight Simulator X, Xplane 11, and a mouse, and a joystick, and the Steam Edition of Xplane 11. And I can help you with all that if you need some help. Good frame rates. 38 frames per second, that's really fast. This baby is hauling from a graphics standpoint. And a presentation. Next.